I'm curious, Mr. Rahman, how has your role evolved from when you first started as a DevOps engineer to where you are now? As in, I imagine, even in my circumstance, when we were learning these things were a certain way. And, the more you work and over time, as you mentioned, practices change, tools and technologies change, there are always shifts going on. So how has your role evolved even as a DevOps engineer from back then to where you are now?
I think when I first started working, they gave me things that I can handle. And slowly over the time, I gained. So it's not just when you learn DevOps tools and technologies and all that. It's not just that It's not all of that. When you join a company, you also have to know the internal things that the company has. For example, like if you let's say example a certificate like ACM in AWS, the certificate manager. Everybody heard of it. So you want to create a certificate. A company can have their own way of dealing with certificate creation, validation, and all that stuff. Um, Hosted zones. Let's say a company can have. You need to maybe submit a request after you create your hosted zone. How do they delegate these name servers and all that? So these are internal informations. Some of the stuff that over the time you have to know. So that takes also a little bit time. If you need at least minimum 6 months to learn about a company's internal things, because you just let's say you're a very good DevOps engineer, but you can't just go and become really good working in the company. You have to also know the company specific things. Within 4 to 6 months it usually takes, and then you can clearly start working. So when I started, I learned all these things slowly. And new tools wise, yeah, I had to learn quite a few new tools that the company is using. But I was able to do it on the time. um and that's pretty much it. Like, I think, yeah. And from there, slowly the responsibility also changes, because as over time goes, I know more and I can handle more. I can do more complex things. Um, and that's how, like, where I first started versus currently I am now.
Awesome, thank you.
This is good one he mentioned. Remember, it takes the 3 to 6 months, not more than that, and you have to know the company's culture. In the company culture is really big. Means that you know the team, you know how they work, what type of the tools they use, what is their expectation, what is the senior expectation, what is the your level of expectation, what is their sprint expectation, how the client expectation is everything. So basically, you slowly observe and you become cautious how you proceed with some your idea or anything else. Like we talk a lot of things. He mentioned this, so make sure you know the culture means everything, means every single dot you do in the company in 3 to 6 months is part of the culture.